Rolling.
Rolling. Weekly Western 13. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Weekly Western. I'm your host, Stephen Crandall, and today it's free feet pics. No, just kidding. I'm out of socks, if you want to know the truth. My laundry's happening upstairs, so free feet pics in this economy? No way. What if you blurred it? At the beginning, it has the blurred bar on it. That's funny. I really cracked myself on that one. Welcome back to the Weekly Western. It's 13. I can't even believe we're on 13. I feel like this has been really fun. I feel like it's a cool kind of moment every week where I get to, I'm terrible at looking back at my life and really thinking about stuff. So it's kind of forcing me to make a little 10, 15 minute diary entry of my life every week. And I've been very thankful for it, actually. Very grateful for the Weekly Western. Grateful for you for watching. Let's dive into it. We got gold, cactus, horseshoe. My gold this week feels pretty obvious. I got to announce my Crandall Opry debut on September 16th. I don't have words to describe how that feels. Surreal is always the word. I haven't stopped smiling. Every time I'm on the phone with my mom, we end up crying. It's wild. It feels like such a full circle moment. I moved to Nashville in 2016, and that's one of those things that you're always like, oh, if I could do that, I feel like I made it. I feel like I'm doing the right thing. And it just feels so validating. It feels like we're doing all the right things. This might not mean a lot to other people, but to me and my team and everybody that's involved, I'm an independent artist. So most of the time when people play the Opry, it's like a label who's getting it for them, and it's this kind of we'll give you this if you give us that kind of thing. To do this by myself, 100% independently, you guys have no idea how hard that is, 2, how rare that is, and 3, how cool it is of the Opry to think of us and say, yeah, you deserve this stage just by everything you've built. Literally, getting goosebumps thinking about it. So, very excited. That's my goal. Let's see. My cactus is, there's a glitch on TikTok for the last 2 weeks, and it's just been killing my videos. And there's a lot of creators who'll be like, I'm shadow banned. I know I'm not shadow banned, it's not a thing. It's literally 20 views, and then it gets pulled for community guidelines. It's saying I'm selling illegal substances. I'm not. I'm selling music. But it's pulling my videos down. So that's been very frustrating, especially in a release cycle, to not have that extra 8 videos between the 3 or 4 days that it's happened. For me, that can even be 12 videos because I'm on a roll and songs are coming out and all that stuff. So very frustrating. I work very hard on those videos, and it's such a big part of my business. It's such a big part of getting the songs out to new people. It's such a big part of even I'm sure a lot of you guys might have found the song earlier or sooner or whatever. So very frustrating. Tisk tisk, TikTok. Cactus is the TikTok suppression. I'm so suppressed, I have no privilege in my life. I would say my horseshoe. What's some random thing that happened to me this week? There was something and I can't remember what it was. Oh my gosh, how could I have forgotten? It's my horseshoe because it's very random. It was very serious, but I just have to tell the story without outing anybody. I was playing a corporate gig on Sunday night. I flew in from Denver. I played my friend's wedding, the first dance. Sunday night, I played this corporate gig. And I'm playing Get Me Some of That by Thomas Rhett. Oh, shaking that money maker. And I look over what's going on? People are starting to turn around. They're not facing the stage. They're turning around towards the buffet. There's a gentleman over a trash can. It looks like he's throwing up. I can't really see. And then I move my head this way. I realize he's getting the Heimlich maneuver. He's choking on a meatball. And I hadn't noticed. He is he's dying. People are trying to get this meatball out of him. All of a sudden there's paramedics. Apparently it had been going on for 5 minutes. I'm just up there singing Thomas Rhett like a fool. This man is dying during one of my sets, and I stop. I'm like, oh my God, what is happening. And then he like throws up, which is gross, but thank God he threw up because he saved his life, I guess. Then some guy comes up to me, he's like, keep going, keep going. So I'm like, okay. People are kind of clapping, but not really, because like, do you clap, like congratulate someone for not choking to death? It was so odd. He got taken to the emergency room, he's fine. I've gotten the update because I've been very worried about this gentleman. But just such a wild emotional ride of like, yeah, super fun song, what's going on? Super confused, oh my God, somebody's dying. And I don't like situations where I have no control like that, so I'm just like freaking out, like, oh my God, what can I do, what can I do? There's nothing. You're just watching somebody choke. Thank God this guy is just pounding him with the Heimlich to get out. Anyway, that's definitely my horseshoe. Just the most random thing that's ever happened at a gig. Hope you're feeling well, sir. God bless you. Oh my God, I'm so stressed out. Okay, we get into the Q&A for the week. I'm not checking my email, I'm checking the questions. Question number 1, when are you coming to New England? It's a great question. Well, guess what? I get to play some shows. Wait for it. I get to play some shows with Jake Owen. That's right, folks. Super full circle moment for me. I remember like the biggest deal for me in college was I did a Jake Owen cover and he retweeted me and he said, I have it right here, so I'm just gonna look at it. It's really cool. It literally like was a massive reason why I was like, I can do this. I can keep going. I had it. Anyway, Jake Owen, boop, he hit me with this tweet. It was just like, you rock, keep going, all this stuff. And I was like crying. I like messaged all my friends because he was my favorite country artist for like 2 years in a row. So the fact that I get to go play shows with him is crazy. They're all on the East Coast, so we're gonna be up there. A lot of the Western tour doesn't get to go up there, but we'd love to see you at the Jake Owen show. So check that out. Really cool full circle moment for me. I'm still like between the Opry, the Jake Owen shows. We just opened up for Lee Bryce. There's these moments where I'm like, am I doing it? Am I living the dream that I always dreamt of dreaming? No, being it? Let's see. Okay, question number 2. Oh yeah, so when are you coming to New England? The answer is this date here. Boop. Do you have a set list picked out for your Opry debut? Also, congratulations. Thank you so much. I think we're gonna play, you usually play your 2 biggest songs. You only get 2 songs. A lot of people know that. So it'll probably be My Person and Nate. I'd love to play just a full set up there, but it's very quick. So probably My Person and Made, which I'm happy to play those songs because those are the reason that I'm gonna be up there. Those songs continue to change my life. Let's see, question 3. Who does the opening dialogue for the Scorpion and Mustang trailers? Does his face match his voice? I have no idea. I have no idea who that guy is. Jeff found him on like Fiverr or Upwork and we just were like, that guy's got a dope voice. It's like, the Scorpion, the darkness of all humanity, whatever. He's talking like, it's like a Sam Elliott dupe. He's awesome. I have no idea what he looks like. Maybe it's just Jeff. Maybe it's just Jeff telling me he found somebody sitting in his kitchen. The Mustang. I don't know. But I have no idea if his face matches his voice. I will say this, those trailers mean a lot to me because I really want to set the stage and set the tone for the kind of music that's about to come out. So it means a lot to me when you guys engage with those and check them out and share them around because we work really hard on them and it's a big part of the 6-chapter story. I want to make sure that in each chapter you understand what it's about to be about and that you understand why we're telling the story in the way that we're telling it. Which I think is really, really cool. And I am really proud of the trailers that we're making. This next one is sick, by the way. Did you watch that? Yes, it is pretty cool. Question 4. What does your creative process look like when you're writing new music? It used to look different. I used to do a lot of like traditional Nashville songwriting. I just come into the room, 2 or 3 buddies, you're kind of talking, then you get into a song. I write like a lot of verse chorus stuff by myself now. I want to make sure that it's almost like untouched by the outside world before I like it because I want it to feel so much like me. that nobody else could sing it. And I think on this entire album, like, there's pretty much no songs that I'd be like, yeah, like Justin Lynch could cut that, or like Maren Morris could sing that. I think in a good way. Obviously they're incredible, they can sing anything, but what I'm trying to say is that, like, I want to have a very specific voice, especially in this genre. I think to do that, it starts with something that I'm freaking out about and that I feel like is pretty different. So like a good example is Made. I had written a good majority of that verse and chorus. Once I was freaking out, I brought it into the writer's room. Same with Know Better. Same with, there's a song towards the end that I can't tell you what the name of it is, but it there's a chance it's probably the biggest song on the album, which is quite a statement. But it's like, I got to write it with Thomas Rhett's dad, Rhett Akins, which is very, very cool. He's like a Hall of Fame songwriter, one of the best songwriters in town. And I brought it to him, and I'll tell that story for another time, but it was like very surreal. But same thing, I brought in that first chorus, and they were like, cool, we love that, and it feels very much like you. So that's what my process has changed into. It's usually morning. I don't like to write in the afternoon. My brain starts to fry around 2 or 3. I kind of take a nap, and then it's more like administrative work in the afternoon. So that's kind of my process. Question 5. What growth / habits / choices would 7-year-old Spencer be most proud that you have integrated recently? Obviously referencing 7 and 70. That's a really cool way to ask that. The concept of 7 and 70 has actually been super life-changing to me because I don't want to care about what anybody else thinks. I want, does 7-year-old Spencer and 7-year-old Spencer, could they look at what I'm doing and go, hell yeah, dude, like, we're really proud of you? Honestly, if I'm being super honest, I bet 7-year-old Spencer right now, if I could like channel his voice, would be like, slow down a little bit, like have some patience. I think I'm working really hard, but like, I'm not dating, I'm not taking care of myself in like the mental health game. I've been kind of in and out of the therapy world and just doing so, like, I'm taking real good care of myself physically. I have a personal trainer right now, so I feel really confident in that, but there's a few things I could hear him being like, hey, let's kind of dive back into that stuff. I think he'd be really proud of the hard work though. At the same time, like, I think I'm setting myself up and my family up, and hopefully even future generations of my family to like see the fruits of my labor. And that's really what this entire album's about, is like, can you go on the journey and find something that is going to change your life? It's the dream. It's something that would bring multi-generational change. That's exactly what my grandparents did, is they actually went on that journey, whether by train or by wagon, and they like found a new life. And I think that's really beautiful. So we'll continue to tell that story. I think 7-year-old Spencer would be really proud of my unapologeticness right now, maybe. Just saying like, hey, this is me, this is what I do. It's risky, but I think it's really cool, and I'm really proud of that, and hopefully he is too. Which is basically the Weekly Western update, which is we're now through Scorpion, we're now through Mustang. So, I've been posting a lot of kind of both of those chapters to almost keep reviewing like, hey, this is where we've been, right? So we started the journey. The hero is in a place where he's not the hero, he's the zero. He's the guy he doesn't want to be. He wants change, he doesn't want to be this version of himself, but he doesn't know where to start. He's looking at himself going, do I deserve this? Am I good enough? Am I worthy? I'm scared. I have all these roadblocks, including addiction, including bad relationship habits, all these things. What do I do? Who am I? And then Mustang is kind of, if that person starts to live in health, if the pendulum starts to swing, what does it look like? 7 and 70, I'm actually going to only worry about making myself proud at 7 and 70. And at the end of the day, I have to try this. I have to go and find a life well lived, because I will regret it forever. And I don't regret the things that I do. I regret the things that I don't do, that I didn't do in the past. And I think it's cool to kind of bounce those ideas off of each other and realize that like they come from each other. You can't have Mustang without Scorpion. And the reason Mustang feels so good is because you've been through Scorpion. And I think that's really, really powerful. It's something not a lot of people are talking about nowadays. We all want the filtered Instagram highlight reel, but nobody shows their therapy session. Nobody shows the 8th set in the gym or the salad they ate, like, to get to wherever they want to be, right? Like, it's a version of the mountaintop, but I think what's interesting is the getting there, is the process. And I want this whole album to feel like you're invited into my process and into my thinking and into my thinking patterns and into my diary and into my heart, because that's what the best art does for me, and that's the only thing that's ever added value in my life. And that's what I'm after. I want to add value to people's life and give definitions and language and songs to people that they didn't even know that they needed, but fit their life. One of my favorite comments or messages right now is like, are you stalking me? Because I've been going through all this Scorpion stuff and I want to live in all this Mustang stuff. And people are saying, like, you're meeting me right where I am. And that's the best music to me, is where you feel like somebody like read your diary and wrote a song about it. I think that's really cool. So I'm happy to be a part of that, and I'm really proud of the music and that's sharing that story. A lot more to come. If this is out Sunday night, I believe the Revolver trailer is live. So check that out. We are heading into chapter 3. Couldn't be more excited. I think the hint that I can give you is that, you know, there's health and unhealth in this album. These next 2 chapters really look at specifically love in health and unhealth, because it's such a big part of our life and our journey and our story. And Revolver being this revolving, cyclical, toxic relationship thing. I've done it so many times. I continue to go back to the same thing because it feels comfortable, or because I miss somebody or whatever. And we get into that a lot. There's 6 songs on Revolver, so there's a ton of new music coming at you. That's probably all I can say before I get cut off. But anyway, that's coming at you soon. Guys, another Weekly Western 13. I seriously love these. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for coming on this journey. Make sure to subscribe, like the video, send it to a friend, send it to your enemy. Put your gold, your cactus, and your horseshoe in the comments. I'm gonna go through them every Sunday night, say what's up. We love you guys. We appreciate you. See you next week.